In this video, we'll take a look at how to get started with the bare bones basics of Google Classroom. So a good place to start is if you are, again, starting in Gmail and you come to your waffle. You're going to come down here and you're going to find and click on Classroom, and that will take you right here. So again, in my situation here, I have many Google Classrooms already built. Yours would be blank right here. You wouldn't see any yet. So if you are a first-time user, you come to Google Classroom to create your first Google Classroom. You're going to click on the top right corner next to your waffle. You'll see a plus button. You click right here, and you're going to go to join class. Means that you're going to join as a student. To create a class yourself as a teacher, you're going to go to create class. It's as simple as giving your class a name. So you can say third period, whatever you like. And then you can give it more information as far as the section. You can say this is a math 2. So you can say this is geometry. They'll leave it. You can even put your room number. Again, these sections here are all optional, but the top row must be filled in. Then you click create, and this is your kind of homepage of Google Classroom. So let's take a look at the tabs here across the top here. By default, you always start here at the stream. The stream, think of this almost like a social media feed for your class. Now, it doesn't look like it's not social media, but it's similar feel to it. So every time that you post an assignment, there'll be a notification right here, or you can post announcements to your students here in Google Classroom. So for example, if I were to click on new announcement and say, good morning, study for the test tomorrow. And I have some other features here for the formatting here. I can bold, I can italicize, underline, I can put bulleted lists here. These are all some tools here to kind of edit my text here. So those are the things that you can use as well. In your announcements, you can attach a file from your Google Drive right here. You can attach a YouTube video if you feel the need to. You can upload a file from your computer. You can attach a link to a website such as an article. This is actually brand new right here, the record. You can record a message and you leave an audio message or a video message to your students. And then this is a little bit more fancy right here, the add-ons. These are other tools that you may have connected to your account that you can send resources to your students that way. So that's what these are. So again, these are all optional. Or the most basic and most common way you may use this is simply just type some text in there. And then you can post it, click here to post it right now, or you click here to schedule it at a specific time. So if you don't want it to go at this minute, you want to do it at a specific time, you click schedule. And then you choose the date and the time when you want it to go out, and then the students will get that message. I'm just going to click post right now, and there it is right here. This is the first message where you see in the stream. So if you take a look here at the stream here, a couple other things that you want to pay attention to is this is your, by default, because I put math, it created this kind of math themed banner here. But you click customize, and you can select different theme colors that you may prefer. You could also do select photo right here and choose a different theme here. So if I want to choose math and science, these are other math and science themes here. So maybe I want to use this one instead. Click save, and now it changes the theme up here. So again, that's completely totally up to you. Right here in the stream, we have what's called quick links. So if you have a link to maybe, again, this is a math class, so maybe that you want them to access Desmos, something they would always need to do in a math class if that was the case, you can click add link here, and you can give it a title, and you can either type in or paste the link to that feature or that website right here. And now your students will always have a quick link right here. They click on it, they can go use that as a reference. So again, that's completely up to you. You can put a number of them right here. So right here, Meet, this is important to know. So again, think of this is like Google's version of Zoom. So every Google Classroom has its dedicated Meet link. So when you first create a classroom, it says right here, generate link. I'm going to go ahead and click that. And right here, this is the same link every time for your class. So think of it as your dedicated Zoom link that the kids would use over and over. So by default, it says visible students. I'm going to leave that on for right now. I'm going to click save. So right now it says visible students. So that means when the kids open Google Classroom, they will see this link and then they can join. Now, the way this works is if the teacher hasn't joined, then the students cannot see each other. They can't sit there and have a conversation with each other. They would be in there, but they would feel like they're by themselves. So there can't be this kind of a behind our back communication, even though they can join here. Now, if I don't want the kids to be able to join for whatever reason, I can click on the 3 little dots right here. I'll go to manage, and I can click this, hit done, and now the kids, I can see it as a teacher, or if I have a co-teacher, which I'll show you that here in a second, how to add a co-teacher, the teacher or co-teachers can see it, but the kids cannot. So again, some things to be aware of here. We also have right here our class code. So if you were working with students in person, if you click this button up here, the kids can go to Google Classroom, and then they can type in this code to join your class. That's one way that they can do that. Another way they can join is if you were to click copy invite link, you could email them that link. They click on the link and they can join your classroom. So that in a nutshell is the classwork tab. Next here is the class work. This is where you would assign students their work. And yeah, the most important button right here is create. So when you click create, you have a menu with a ton of options. So the most common option you're going to choose is the first one here. This is assignment. But you have other ones here. If you have attached to your account a tool called Kami, this will also show up. This may not show up for you if you don't have a Kami account, so don't worry about that. Quiz assignment means that it's an assignment that will automatically be graded as a quiz. It can be auto-graded. It's pretty cool. We have a question here, so think of it like a message board. You type in a question, and then the kids will then respond to your question, and you can give them a grade based on. So it's like a different version of an assignment. Material is if you just want to share with them a link to something where you're not going to collect any information from the students. Reuse post means that if you created any of these ones above here, you can reuse them as a template. So that's an option here. And we have some of our more advanced tools right here, Notebook LM and GEMS. These are AI tools, which we will get into in a much more advanced session. Down here is topic. Topic is something you want to be aware of. This topic is a way to kind of create categories and sections in your classwork. So let's say you're dividing your classwork into sections like by week. If you click topic here, we can say week 1. So this is all the stuff that the kids will be doing during week 1. Click add topic. You're going to see it right here. So we're going to come back here to create. So I want to make an assignment for students. So we'll call this 5-paragraph essay on Pythagoras. All right. So we come over here where it says topic. I'm going to click there, and it says right here, week 1. That's where I want this to be. I can then set my points. By default, it's 100. So maybe I only want this to be 50, or I can click ungraded. It's up to you. Then I click assign. Again, there's a lot more features that we can explore, but again, this is the bare bones basics here. So now it has been categorized as a week 1 assignment. So it's a good way to organize your classwork by topics here, or by weeks, however you like to do it. So let me show you how to create one where it's not organized by topic, and you'll see the difference. I click create, and let's say here, I'm going to do a question right here. Let's say, we'll look and do an SEL one. How are you feeling today? And I'm going to click ask. You notice here, it's not part of week 1 here. So any assignment that is not part, that you have not assigned to a topic, will be unassigned up here at the very top. So keep that in mind. If you do this by mistake, you forgot to put your topic, you can click the 3 little dots here, and you can edit any of your posts. So I click edit, and then I can say, you know what, I want to put this in my week 1 topic, and I click save, and now it's being put in there. So again, this is the bare bones basics here of what the classwork tab looks like. Next is people. So people shows you the teachers, which right now I'm the only teacher in this class, but if I click here, this little plus button, I can then invite a teacher to click invite, and they're going to get an email saying that they've been invited so far. It says invited. Once they accept the invite, then they will not be grayed out here, and they will be able to be a co-teacher with me. And then co-teachers can add assignments and review student work just like any teacher. Now students right here is where you would add students. So I click the plus button. So I can click this link right here and email it to students, or I can start typing students' names here and click invite. And they're going to get an email with a link in their email where they can click on it and automatically add themselves as a student in that class. So that's another way to get students into your class. Again, the other way, if we review, is to go to stream, where it says class code. You can click on this button right here, and the students go to Google Classroom, and they will enter this code to join. So that's another way for them to get into the class. Up here, we have the grades. So any assignments that you show here, you can then click on the assignment and see the grades that have been assigned to students. This is, again, essentially your grade book. And a much more advanced tool here, once you have a lot of students have turned in a lot of work, is analytics, which allows you to to get an idea of the assignment completion percentage, of how many kids are percentage of kids are completing their assignments, the average grade. And so again, you'll see the data here. So again, this is like another way to view your grades. So the grades are seen here with the raw data. The analytics give you insights on how students are doing on specific assignments or as a whole. Again, this is a much more advanced feature here. But again, the three most important ones that you're going to be using in Google Classroom will be the stream, which is your communication. If you notice here, I posted 2 assignments. Every assignment gets posted also right here. And then officially it gets posted here in classwork, and people is where you can edit and monitor who your co-teachers are and who your students are. So if you have any questions here about the bare bones basics of getting started with Google Classroom, feel free to reach out to me at any time.